Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. Today's video is part of a recipe swap collab hosted by Sara's Realm. Everyone participating in the collab was randomly partnered up with another creator and we swapped some of our favorite recipes. I was lucky enough to be teamed up with Sara herself. I love watching her videos. She's real and honest and her meals always look so good. As soon as you're done watching my video, be sure to check out Sara's channel and show her some love, and be sure to check out the rest of the playlist for lots of other yummy recipes. If you're coming to my channel from Sara's or from the playlist, welcome. I do weekly what's for dinner videos and grocery hauls, recipes, and more. I hope you take a look around my channel and that you'll consider subscribing. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I'll be sharing two recipes from Sara today, a turkey sweet potato skillet and enchilada stuffed zucchini boats. Let's get into these recipes. First up are the enchilada stuffed zucchini boats. I will include links in the description box below for Sara's videos for both of these recipes, so be sure to check those out so that you can get the full recipe, including the amounts. But to get started, I have 2 zucchinis. Now I'm having the recipe. I've just cut the zucchinis in half and scooped out the inside. I've placed them into this baking dish. I have sprayed the baking dish with some cooking spray. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil, some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to place these into a preheated oven. The oven's set at 400 degrees, and the recipe said to cook this for about 10 minutes. Now, I have smaller zucchini. I did Walmart grocery delivery, and that's just the zucchini that they picked out for me. They were kind of on the small side, but even with these being small, the zucchini did end up still being a little bit crunchy. So I would suggest cooking them for a little bit longer, and when you pull them out of the oven, definitely, check to make sure they're almost really tender, and if they're not, you'll want to cook them for a little bit longer. While that's in the oven, I'm going to get started on my filling. I have this skillet over about medium-high heat. I'm going to add in just a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to add in my ground turkey. I believe the recipe called for ground beef, but I used ground turkey because that's what I had on hand. I'm then going to add in some finely diced onion, then some minced garlic, and then I'm going to stir that around. I would have used my meat chopper, but it was dirty and I didn't feel like cleaning it, so I just used a spoon. I'm going to cook that until the turkey is brown. Next, I'm going to add in my taco seasoning, then the water, then the drained green chilies, then the enchilada sauce. Now, you could, of course, make your own. I'm using this Old El Paso enchilada sauce. This is our favorite. I'm going to stir this until it's well combined, then bring this to a boil, reduce it to simmer, and allow it to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. Here are the zucchini out of the oven. Now, I did notice that there was a little bit of water in them, so I just drained the water off. Then I'm going to add in the mixture. Now, the recipe did say to add a little bit more enchilada sauce. I honestly forgot, but I didn't feel like it needed it, but you can add it if you'd like. Then I'm going to top it with some of this Fiesta blend cheese, and then this is going to go back into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And again, you just want to make sure that your zucchini is nice and tender. Here it is out of the oven. And then here's it plated up. I just added a little dollop of sour cream and then some cilantro. I don't believe the recipe called for either, but I just thought it sounded good. To be completely honest, I didn't really have high hopes for this. I've never had zucchini boats before, and this recipe was really simple, but it really surprised me. This was really, really good. Like I said, the only complaint that I have about it is that the zucchini was still a little bit crunchy, but that's really because I should have cooked it longer and I didn't. But we really enjoyed this, and even my husband really liked it. And I asked him, because a lot of times we'll have something and I'll say, do you like it? And he'll say yes. But then I'll say, would you like for me to make it again? He'll be like, yeah, not really. But this one, when I asked him if he would like for me to make it again, he was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So this was really, really good. I recommend you give this a try. Next is the turkey sweet potato skillet. Again, this was really simple and I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I don't really know about this. Is this really going to have any flavor? But it surprised me. This was good. So to get started in this skillet, I am adding some avocado oil. I'm going to add in some fresh garlic, diced onion, diced bell pepper. Then I'm going to add in my ground turkey. I'm going to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. And instead of the avocado oil, you can use vegetable oil or olive oil, whatever you have. And if you don't have any yellow bell pepper, you can absolutely use whatever kind you do have, or you could just leave it out completely. So I'm going to use my food chopper, break that up, and then I'm going to cook this until the turkey is brown. Then I'm going to add in my chili powder, then the water, and I did end up using a little bit more water than what the recipe called for, but the recipe did note, that you could add more water if needed. Next, I'm going to add in my sweet potato. I washed the potato, peeled it, and cut it into small chunks. I'm going to stir that around, then cover that with a lid, turn the heat down to about medium-low, and cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the sweet potatoes are nice and tender. And like I mentioned just a second ago, if you notice during the cooking time that the potatoes need more water, you can add a little bit more. Now, the recipe did note that you could add a couple items. One of the items that it suggested adding was some spinach, and I actually had some spinach on hand that I needed to use up, so I added a handful of that to the skillet and covered it with the lid like the last minute or so of cooking. At this point, you'll want to give this a taste and adjust the seasonings if needed. And to go along with this, I made Mandy in the Makings green beans. I'll include a link to her video in the description box below. I recommend these. And then kind of last minute, I decided that an egg might be good on this, which is kind of weird because I've never had like a hash with an egg on it, but the recipe referred to this as a hash. And so it kind of got me thinking that an egg might be good. I asked my husband and he was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's give it a try. So I just fried up a couple eggs. I left the yolks runny. So I plated up the skillet, added the shredded mozzarella, then the egg, a little cilantro, served it with the green beans. This was a really healthy dinner and it was good. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And make sure you check out Sarah's channel as well as the collab playlist. Again, they'll be in the description box below. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.